Okay, so in this video, let's see an application of stack, which is nothing but infix to postfix conversion. Okay, so what do you mean by infix to postfix conversion? Okay, so what do you mean by an infix statement? Actually, let that be a mathematical expression like this. Okay, alright. So how the computer will evaluate this? Where the computer will convert this into a postfix expression. Okay, and then it will do the evaluation. Okay, let me get you the tell you the postfix expression. How do you convert this? Very simple actually. A plus b is there, so you just make it so here a plus b is there. Always give higher precedence for brackets. So a plus b is there. What you have to do, you have to put that operator into the post element as the post element. That's the idea here. Put the operator as the post element. That's it. So a plus b will become ab plus. Now this becomes one element. Asterisk c. Okay, this becomes one element, guys. Ab plus becomes one element. Okay, you just make the operator to go to the post, to go to the last element. Okay, so now this becomes one element and c becomes another element. Now you perform postfix for this. Okay, what should be done? You should do only one thing. You have to make the star go to the last one, right? So how do you do that? You just erase this and put the star here. Now this is the answer. So what is the answer? AB plus C star, and you should not have brackets in your answer. That is the idea here, removing the brackets. So this is the postfix expression. Alright, so I hope it is very clear. I'll take one more example. Maybe it is A star B hash the power E. Okay, so how do you convert this into postfix? First you always give priority to the power operator, guys. Okay, so this should be having the highest priority. Okay, then you can give priority to multiplication and division, and you can give priority to plus and minus and so on. So okay, but highest priority should be given to the power operator. So first convert that into postfix. So what do you get? You'll get CE power, right? So just convert, you put that here. So CE power. After that you can give priority for asterisk and slash, but which should be given more priority? You have to if you have two operators with the same precedence, then you have to approach from left to right. Okay, so if I come from left to right, I have only asterisk first, so I'll convert this into a postfix expression. Now understand that this becomes a single expression, mind you. Okay, this becomes a single expression. So what you'll get here, you'll get a b star. So you make the star to go to post, so this becomes another single term, slash this becomes another single term. Now you perform postfix for this. Very easy. You just take this slash and put that here. Okay, so now this is the postfix expression for this. I mean what I mean by postfix, a b star c power slash. This is the postfix expression, guys. Okay, and I'll leave you some of postfix expression for your homework. You can do that. And what we are going to do here is we are going to implement this using stacks, guys. Okay, stacks is a wonderful application, so we are going to implement this using stacks. Okay, all right, thanks a lot. We'll see you again. And algorithm for infix to postfix conversion here. So I already explained the concepts of postfix in the previous video. So let me explain the algorithm. So how to implement that using stack. Okay. So first of all, you have to initialize an empty stack, guys. Just to declare an empty stack. Okay. So that's the first step you have to do. You go for a step-by-step process. Okay. And this step is crucial. You have to add the opening parenthesis onto the stack and a closing parenthesis at the end of the input expression. Okay, so we are going to input some expression, right? Maybe uh, parenthesis a plus b hashtag c, whatever it is. Okay, you're going to implement something. You're going to enter the infix expression, and the output should be postfix. So you're going to enter the infix expression, right? At the end of that infix expression, you have to add this closing parenthesis, guys. And in the stack, in the empty stack, you have to add the opening parenthesis. This is just to verify whether the string is over or not. Okay, so this helps for balancing, I'll tell you. Okay, so this step is very important. After that,
you have to scan the infix expression, the input string, that's the infix expression, character by character from left to right. Okay, so you have to scan that character input string character by character from the left end to right end, exactly what we have done in balancing a parenthesis. Okay, so and while scanning, if an operand means 5, 6, A, B or C, anything other than operators and brackets, if an operand is encountered, push it into P, that is the output string. Okay, so declare an output string also. I forgot to mention that here. Declare an output string also. Okay, so if an operand is encountered, directly you push into the output string. Okay, or add it to the output string. All right. So if an operand is encountered, you add it to the output string. Okay. If a left parenthesis is encountered, then push it into the stack. Okay, if a left parenthesis is encountered, then push it into the stack. You just directly push that the left parenthesis into the stack. Okay, this step is crucial. You have to remember this step. Okay, if an operand is encountered, then push into the output expression, output string. If a left parenthesis is encountered, then push it into the stack. Okay, the algorithm works in this way only. If an operator is encountered, what do you mean by operator? Maybe hashtag plus minus slash. If an operator is encountered, then top of stack is opening parenthesis. If an operator is encountered, then you go and check the top of the stack. Okay, the last element of the stack. If that is an opening parenthesis, then push the operator into the stack. Okay, the top of the stack is opening parenthesis, then they push the operator into the stack. Okay, and if the operator at the TOS mean top of the stack. Okay, if operator at the top of the stack, if there is an operator at the top of the stack, I mean you are encountering an operator in the input string. Okay, so whatever you are encountering in the input string, you are doing some actions, right? So you are encountering an operator in the input string. If you encounter another operator at the top of the stack, if you do that, then you have to check the priority, guys. Okay, so the operator at the input string and the operator at the stack, you have to check the priority. If this operator at the stack has the same or higher priority, same say for an example, this operator is operator in the input string, input string is minus, and this operator is product operator, okay, hashtag, then it has some higher priority, right? Higher priority than the subtraction operator, right? So if it has higher and same priority than the current operator, then pop the operator from the stack. Okay, just pop one element and add it to the output string. Okay, you pop the hashtag or product operator and you add it to the output string. All right, so repeat for every operator in stack. You go back in your stack, and if you still have one more operator, you do this again. Okay, say for an example, I'll go after removing that product operator, I'll check whether I'll have another operator. If I have slash operator, that also has higher priority than the subtraction operator, so I have to remove that also. Okay, so repeat for every operator in stack. Hold on, I'll give you a good idea about this. Okay, I'll just explaining the algorithm. After this video, I'll give you a good idea. Okay, then push the current operator to the stack. This operator is there, right? The minus operator or operator. You push that current operator to the stack itself. All right. Okay, and yeah, after that you have last step. If it is a closing parenthesis, so you have four possibilities, guys. You can either encounter an operand A, B, C, D, or 5 plus 6, 5, 6, 7, or whatever it is. You have to add it to the output string. If you can encounter a left parenthesis, add it to the stack. If an operator is encountered, then do this following. Check two more conditions and do the needful. If a closing parenthesis is encountered, then you have to pop the operator from the stack and add them to the output string. Okay, you have to pop the operator from the stack and add them to the output string until an opening parenthesis is encountered. Okay, all right. So if a closing parenthesis is encountered, if it is a closing parenthesis, then you pop the stack will definitely have an operator. Okay, so just pop that and add them to the output string, that is P. Okay, until an opening parenthesis is encountered. Okay, you keep on repeating this, you will get an opening parenthesis in stack. If that is the case, then pop and discard the opening parenthesis. Okay, and you have to repeat this for another input. If you want, if you can repeat the steps. Okay, and don't worry, I'll explain this video in a okay, I'll explain this algorithm in a good manner in the next video. All right, so don't worry.
Okay guys, in this video I'll trace the algorithm that we have drawn in the previous lecture. Okay, the algorithm for infix to postfix conversion. Okay, so let me have the an input string, the infix string here. Okay, let me have a very simple input string, guys. A plus b slash c. That's it, very simple, right? A plus b slash c. Let me do this. Okay, it's very simple. Or I'll say I'll be having this a plus b slash c. Okay, or let me have this a plus b slash c minus d. Alright, so the final expression that I have here is a plus b slash c minus d, and I have to convert this into postfix. Let us first do it manually. Okay, it's very simple. First you have to give priority to this, so that becomes ab plus. Here it will become cd minus, you know this, and you consider these two as one operand, and you have only one operator, so it will become ab plus cd minus slash. Okay, ab plus cd minus then slash. Okay, so this is the final expression. So ab plus so what I am having here is, let me put into the input string slash slash a plus b and slash what I'm having. Let me put into the input string, opening parenthesis a plus b, closing parenthesis slash c, another opening parenthesis, sorry, slash another opening parenthesis c minus d, closing. I hope this is fine, and let me give the blocks also. First element, because I am having a character array. Whenever I say string, I am having a character array. You have to scan the string from left to right one by one. Okay, so you have like this. Alright, so this is your input string, guys. Okay, each character is an separate element. Okay, you know this, right? A character array in C program. Alright, so initialize your empty stack also. So let me say this is my empty stack. So stack. Okay, let me consider this is my empty stack, and you have to okay, let me have the initial empty stack here. It will be perfect, right? So this is my empty stack, guys, and let me have the output string also. This is my output string. This should contain the postfix expression. All right. Okay, now let's trace the algorithm. I hope you know you have the algorithm with your hand. I have already uploaded that, and please if you're watching this video, please make sure that you have the algorithm. You have written something, and you have it by your hand. That's why then it will be very easy. Okay, so first, what is the step? Initialize an empty stack, and I have initialized that. Super. Then what is the step? Push opening parenthesis onto stack and closing parenthesis to the input string. Okay, let me do that. Okay, so this is my stack, right? I'll push the opening parenthesis, some you have to add, and at the end of the input string, let me have the closing parenthesis. Okay, closing parenthesis at the end of the input string, of course, and opening parenthesis in this stack. All right, so third step is scan the input. So this is output string and this is stack, guys. Okay, remember that, and scan the input string character by character from left to right. Okay, let me start scanning. Okay, so what is my first character? It is nothing but an opening parenthesis. Then they have given a statement. If an opening parenthesis is encountered or left parenthesis is encountered, then push it into the stack. Okay, so just cancel it and push it into the stack. That's it. All right. Okay, what is the next character? Again, opening parenthesis, cancel it and push it into the stack. All right, and okay, super. Then if an you can scan next one. An operand is encountered. A is an operand. So if an operand is encountered, add it into the output string. Okay, so just cancel it and add it into the output string. All right. And if an operator is encountered, you got an operator here. So if an operator is encountered, then check the top of the stack. This is the top of the stack, guys. Please remember this. This is top of the stack. Okay, because you are adding the stack, you are going in this direction. So this is gonna be the top of the stack. Okay, you are adding to this direction, right? You are filling up the stack from this direction, so this is the top of the stack, the top element always. Okay, and this is shielded, you know that, right? So if an operator is encountered, check the top of the stack. If it is an opening parenthesis or left parenthesis, then push the operator into the stack. Okay, you don't need to check the precedence because that's a parenthesis. All right. If an operand is encountered, cancel it, push it into the output string. All right. Then again if you have an what you have is a closing parenthesis, right? So understand that the next element is a closing parenthesis. I hope it is clear. So if it is a closing parenthesis, then pop the operator from the stack, and push it into the output string. Do that until an opening parenthesis encountered. Luckily the next element is itself an opening parenthesis. If an opening parenthesis is encountered, then pop and discard. That's it. Pop and discard. Don't do anything. Right? I repeat again. If an closing parenthesis is encountered, then pop the operator from the stack, add it to the output string. If you have one more operator, then pop that also, add it to the output string. But in this case, you don't have it. You have only a opening parenthesis. Then just pop and discard. That's it. Pop and discard. Then you have to stop the process there. Okay. So let me erase this too. You don't need this, right? So let me erase this too. Alright, so after that you again start tracing. You have a slash, which is division operator. If the top of this, if you have an operator, then go for the top of the stack. It is again an opening parenthesis. If it is an opening parenthesis, then push it into the stack, the operator. Okay, division operator. You have an opening parenthesis again, push it into the stack. Okay, if you have an opening parenthesis, push it into the stack. An operand is encountered, push it into the output string. Alright, push it into the output string. Sorry, I think that's a mistake. Okay, so operand is encountered, then push it into the output string. Alright, cancel it. An operator is encountered, then check the top of the stack, and if there is an opening parenthesis, push it into the stack. Alright, cancel it. And if again an operand is encountered, push it into the output string, cancel it. And if I think we have done a mistake here. We have to add this closing parenthesis at the end of the input string. I'm sorry. Alright, at the end of the input string we have mistakenly added to the output string. I'm sorry. So if there is an opening parenthesis, then what you have to do, you have to pop the operator from the stack and push it into the output string, and you have to pop the another opening parenthesis and discard. That's it. You again have opening parenthesis. Okay, then pop the operator from the stack, this operator, right? Pop the operator from the stack, push it into the output string. Alright, push into the output string. You have an opening parenthesis here. You can see we have an opening parenthesis here. Pop and discard. That's it. You again have an closing parenthesis here. If that is encountered, then you have to pop the operator and push in the output string, but you don't have any operators. You have only an opening parenthesis. Then pop it and discard it. That's it. After this process, your stack should be empty. Okay, and this is your output expression. Okay, output postfix expression. This is the same that we got manually. Okay, you just have to read this algorithm one, and you have to trace like this. Then it will be very easy for you to understand. Please do that, and please make sure that you take your own example and trace this algorithm. Then come back to the next video. In the next video, we'll implement this algorithm using C programming. Alright, thanks a lot.